So the Green Bay Packers are having a very disappointing season, sitting in third place in the NFC North with a record of 4-8. And going into this season, we all thought that they would be a playoff team at the bare minimum, even without their superstar wide receiver who was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders in Davanteadams. This year has been bad on both ends of the field, and they definitely need more than just a wide receiver to get back into playoff contention next year. So what's going on, everyone? Is Jaden here back. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the Green Bay Packers, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit that like button, and let's get straight to it. So the Packers did address their issue at the wide receiver position during the 2022 NFL Draft when they got a stud in Christian Watson in the early second round. This season, Christian Watson has gotten 353 yards, 22 receptions, 16 yards per play, and he's gotten 6 touchdowns. So yeah, I mean, he's just been a deep threat receiver, and he's turning into one of, if not Aaron Rodgers' favorite target already. Their wide receiver one going into this season was Allen Lazard, and don't get me wrong, he's not bad by any means, but he's obviously not going to be your best wide receiver if you want to be contending, which is the hope going into the season for the Packers. Obviously, they're not, though. The Packers do technically still have a chance at making the playoffs, but it's very slim, and I highly doubt that it does end up happening. But if the Packers do want to be back in playoff contention next year, they're going to have to continue to develop the young guys, and they're going to have to draft some good players. I mean, they're going to get a top pick, obviously most likely going to be a top 10 pick next season, and their coach next season, I do believe, will be Matt LaFleur once again. I know that he's not a fan favorite in Green Bay, especially this season. His play calls haven't been the greatest, but he also has not had the greatest of players. I mean, yeah, the Packers, they have Aaron Rodgers. He's a superstar, arguably the greatest player of all time, but he needs more help, and the Packers are going to need to go after some guys in the draft. Aaron Jones has been very good this year, and he will be on the team for at least 3 more seasons because he did sign a $48 million extension in the offseason last year, and this season his stats are 821 yards, 155 targets or runs, and then 5.3 yards per play. He's gotten 2 touchdowns and then 43 receptions as well. So they are utilizing him a lot as a wide receiver. And yeah, I think the Packers, they know what they're doing, and I think that they're going to be good next season. The Packers defense has been mediocre this season. I mean, they aren't even ranked in the top 20 going into week 13. And we've seen success with teams that their offense has not been going that well, but their defense has been amazing. I mean, just last week, the 49ers beat the Saints 13-0. They shut them out. Their offense was not great, but their defense obviously did not give up a single point. And I think that the Packers can get to that. I mean, the Packers did have a good defense, then maybe we could still be in games here and avoid a blowout. But unfortunately, that has not been the case. Lately, the Packers have been playing some pretty good football, barely losing to the best team in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles, then beating the Cowboys, in which was Christian Watson's breakout game where he did get 3 touchdowns. So Aaron Rodgers, he is expected to play against the Bears next week or tomorrow, and because he thinks that this team is still in playoff contention, I don't think they are, but that's what he thinks. And he did get injured in the last game, a rib injury, but he is still expected to play. And I honestly think that they need to put in Jordan Love. And I think that he looked pretty good getting a touchdown to Christian Watson in the last game. He almost got the win, just lost 40-33. And if it were up to me, I'd put in Jordan Love for the rest of the year. I mean, especially if the Packers lose to the Bears, which I highly doubt will happen because Aaron Rodgers does not lose to the Bears. That's just what happens. And if they do, which I'm saying if they do, I think Jordan Love needs to come in. And it's not because Aaron Rodgers has been bad by any means. It's because Jordan Love was drafted in the first round in 2020, and he's already going into his 3rd season. This is his 3rd year, and we have barely seen him play. He looked good in the preseason, then did get hurt. He looked pretty awful in his, I think that was, his first game against the Kansas City Chiefs last year. But obviously that's against the Chiefs, and they're a great team. But he looked good in the little time that he did play this season against the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in today's video. If you're a Packers fan, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting more Packers and NFL content. So if you enjoyed, subscribe, like the video, and I'm out of here. Peace out.